This I was reading Tafsir Kabir, and I'll read a little bit from this and then this question. Hazrat Muslim Maud Raziyallahu Ta'ala anhu says, میرے نزدیک اسلام کو اتنا نقصان کسی چیز نے نہیں پہنچایا جتنا نقصان قاہرہ، دمشق، بغداد، بخارا وغیرہ نے پہنچایا ہے. ان شہروں نے لوگوں کی توجہ مذہبی مراکز سے ہٹا کر اپنی طرف کر لی. اگر سب سے بڑے شہر مکہ اور مدینہ ہوتے تو یہ خرابی پیدا نہ ہوتی. یونیورسٹیاں بغداد میں بنی حالانکہ ان کا صحیح مقام مدینہ تھا. اسی طرح قاہرہ میں بنی حالانکہ مکہ میں ہونی چاہیے تھی. پس جو قوم اپنی روحانیت اور علمی طاقت کو پھیلانا چاہتی ہے اس کے لیے ضروری ہے کہ اس کا مرکز ہی آباد ہو. Could you kindly explain?
This is self-explanatory.
Yeah, but we made new center for expansion, but over here, sir.
No, but they are sub-centers drawing their strength from the center. They don't shift the entire attraction of the center towards themselves and become centers at the cost of the original center. They are different things altogether. Sub-centers always come into creation when you spread out, but not at the cost of the center. If the nucleus is broken down and other nuclei are created, then in fact new animals come into being out of those nuclei. But if there is the central strong nucleus and small other sub-centers are also established within the animal kingdom, that is called growth of organisms. For instance, when you consider the human being, there are billions of sub-centers in the body. Yet the main center, which is brain, is overpowering them, and it remains the attraction of all those sub-centers. This is called organism. If you hit the brain and destroy it, then every individual center in the body would become the center by itself. And then it will be a dead body waiting for ultimate death. For instance, if you look at the slaughtered cow, you will see that much after the life has ebbed out of it, its sections like muscles in the thigh and other places go on trembling and showing signs of life. Because immediately life is transferred from the center to those smaller centers around. But then there cannot be any guarantee for its continuation. For a while it is just like a tamasha, it goes on, and then ultimately the life ebbs out from every other center as well. This is exactly the phenomena to which Hazrat Muslim Maud is referring, that had Medina and Mecca, the real centers of Islam, been the real true centers having all the power and ultimate attraction point of all the sub-centers, then these centers would grow in stature and in influence, and every other center would be a subservient center. But this is not what happened. They were deserted. They were given no importance from then on. The sources of attraction became cities like Baghdad and Bukhara and Samarkand, and you heard so much of their glory and grandeur that almost Mecca and Medina were forgotten, outshone by their later glories acquired by these cities. So this was when the bell began to ring, spelling danger, and nobody noticed. So Hazrat Muslim Maud had very deep insight into the philosophy of history. So he's quite right when he says that. Now, a third question, or will you give a chance to anybody else?
Yes, sir, they have chance.
They have?
I'll come back if you want.
Anyone wants to say a thing or two, please? Yes?